5 p.m. on the DOT, on the dot. And I'm going to call this Winton Woods City School Board of Education meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Mrs. Seymour, can you please call the roll?
Mr. Spielman?
Present.
Ms. Bryant?
Present.
Dr. Johnson? Mrs. Knighton?
Present.
Mr. Smith?
Present. Next is 2.01. Do we have any public comments? Seeing none, let's move on to 3.01, Winton Woods Teachers Association, WWTA. Do we have a representative from WWTA here today? No, seeing none, next on the agenda is 3.02, Ohio Association of Public School, OPSE. Do we have a representative from OPSE here today?
No, sir.
Seeing none, let's move on to 4.01, waiving of the reading of the minutes. Board, do we have a motion?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to waive the reading of the minutes for the following meetings. Regular meeting in May 19th, 2025, and June 9th, 2025.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Yes, I'll second it.
Wonderful. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Mrs. Seymour, can you call the vote?
Mr. Spielman?
Aye.
Ms. Bryant?
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye. That vote passes unanimous. Thank you, Board. Next on the agenda is 4.02, the approval of the minutes as presented. Board, a motion is in order.
Mr. President, I'd like to move we approve the minutes from the May 19th meeting and the June 9th meeting.
Thank you. It's been motioned. Can I get a second?
I second.
It's been seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Mrs. Seymour, can you call the roll?
Mr. Spielman?
Aye.
Ms. Bryant?
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Next on the agenda is Treasurer Report. Mr. Seymour, you have the floor.
You have had the reports and before you. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Of course, the month-to-date revenues for the general fund are at $4.4 million, and that was basically due to state foundation, and we also received our homestead and rollback this month, and also we got our Medicaid reimbursement of approximately $480,000 during that month. Our year-to-date expenditures are currently at $56.1 million, and we're running at approximately 3.8% under budget for approximately $2.5 million. And then on page 4, you have a list of all the fund balances for total unencumbered fund balance as of the end of May for $31.0 million.
Thank you, Mr. Seymour, for that report. Now let the financial statements presented be filed for audit. Next on the agenda is the Treasurer's Recommendation, 6.01, Investment Reports for May 2025. Mr. Seymour, you have the floor.
Yes, we had a total of investments of approximately $29 million for the month of May, with results for the general fund of $87,452, and our building fund for $14,674. Total interest of $102,000.
Thank you, Mr. Seymour. Board, a motion is in order.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to approve the investment report as presented.
And I'll second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Board, is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, Mr. Seymour, will you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman?
Aye.
Ms. Bryant?
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you, Board. We're moving right along to item agenda 6.02, Final Appropriations Resolution for Fiscal Year 2024-2025. Mr. Seymour, you have the floor.
Yes, I'm asking the board to approve the final appropriations for the current fiscal year. Most of your funds are the same. Your general fund, your taxable funds are all the same. The funds that are being adjusted are mostly state and federal projects, and that's basically due to the timing of their fiscal year versus our fiscal year, and I have to adjust them and then file an amended certificate with the Hamilton County Auditor. I've also attached for you the Certificate of Estimated Resources so that you can see that the funds were available to cover those appropriations.
Thank you, Mr. Seymour. Board, a motion is in order.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the final appropriations resolution for fiscal year 2024-25 as presented.
Go ahead.
It's been motioned. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded. Board, is there any discussion?
I just want to say, Mr. Seymour, thank you so much for keeping us informed and updated.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Seymour. Anyone else?
No.
Wonderful. Mr. Seymour, can you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman,
Aye.
Ms. Bryant,
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton,
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you, Board. We're moving on to agenda item 6.03, temporary appropriations resolution for the fiscal year of 2025-2026. Mr. Seymour, you have the floor.
Here I'm just requesting the board to approve a temporary appropriation for the upcoming fiscal year so that I have authority from the board to make payroll and make payments on bills and purchase orders and utilities until the final appropriations are approved by you in September.
Thank you, Mr. Seymour. Board, a motion is in order.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to approve the temporary appropriations resolution for fiscal year 2025-2026 as presented.
And I'll second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Is there any discussion?
I just want to say, Mr. Seymour, thank you, because I know this has been a lot to deal with, especially not knowing all the numbers with all the policy changes and stuff coming in, and
We still don't know.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I say I thank you for just always being transparent with us, doing the best that you can, and working through the unknown. I'm sure it's not an easy task, so thank you for, keeping us informed the best way that you have been, so.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And we review a final in September, I believe.
I apologize.
We'll review a final appropriations
Yes, in
resolution.
September.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you for that discussion, Board. Anything else? Seeing none, Mr. Seymour, can you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman,
Aye.
Ms. Bryant,
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton,
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you very much, Board. Next on the agenda is reports of the superintendent, 701, certification of standards governing types of food and beverages sold on school premises. Superintendent Denny, you have the floor.
Thank you, President Smith. Good evening, Board. Good evening, everyone gathered here this evening. Board, you should have before you a memo that is essentially certifying that the district complied with Senate Bill 210 and the associated sections of Ohio Revised Code that indicate that we are in compliance with the nutrition requirements and vending machine restrictions in schools. So it's just a report, it's informational, and then next month I'll be able to report back to the state that we are in compliance. So just provided for your information and for the certification purposes.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Denny, for that information. Appreciate it. We're going to move right ahead into agenda item 8.01, community health worker job description. Superintendent Denny, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Again, Mr. Smith, Board, you should have before you a job description for a community health worker. The intent of this position, and it is grant funded, by the way, the district was able to secure a grant for $103,000 to fund this for 1 year. But the intent is to drive usage of the school-based health center at South Campus and remove barriers for families, whether it's food insecurity, assistance with uniforms, resources, difficulty with any type of barrier the family might be encountering, and specifically to help connect them with services and healthcare. So it is somewhat social work, but also a large degree of medical work and medical advising and guidance to help remove barriers. So we're pretty excited about it. We would like to be able to post for this soon, but obviously we need the job description to be approved first. So recommendation would be to approve the job description as presented.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Denny, for that. And Board, a motion is in order.
I'll make a motion to approve the community health worker job description as presented.
I'll second that motion.
It's been motioned and seconded. Board, is there any discussion?
I just want to say thank you, Mr. Denny, for thinking about this. I know that across at least the greater Cincinnati area, there is a move. The school-based health services are available, and a lot of families don't realize that you can take advantage of them, even if it's for a well child check for your child. So please utilize the services. They're there for the entire community, not just for the school students.
Absolutely. Great information there, Mrs. Bryant. Anybody else? Seeing no more discussion, Mr. Seymour, can you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman,
Aye.
Ms. Bryant,
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton,
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you, Board, very much. Let's move on to 8.03, personnel schedules. Superintendent Denny, you have the floor.
8.02.
8.02, sorry.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Board, you should have before you the exempt employee salary schedule that's effective August 1st of this school year. The recommendation is to go ahead and approve that exempt salary schedule effective the 1st of August of this year as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Denny, and I apologize for that. I moved ahead on the agenda. That was the exempt employee salary schedule. I apologize for that, Board, 8.02. Board, can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the exempt employee salary schedule effective August 1st, 2025 as presented.
And I'll second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Board, is there any discussion? Looks very standard to me. Thank you, Mr. Denny. Mr. Seymour, can you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman?
Aye.
Ms. Bryant?
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you very much, Board. Let's move on now to 8.03, Personnel Schedule. Superintendent Denny, you have the floor.
Thank you again, President Smith. 8.03, Personnel Schedules. Board, you should have before you Schedule A, B, C, D, E, and L. And the recommendation or the recommended action would be to go ahead and approve the personnel schedules as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Denny. Board, a motion is in order.
Mr. President, I'd like to move that we approve the personnel schedules as presented.
I'll second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Board, do we have any discussion?
I do have one question, real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that we have somebody on the schedule for Principal Early Childhood Campus. There is a regular schedule and there's a per diem listed.
Yes, so we're asking the board to approve Jaquil Hargrove to be the ECC principal. His contract officially starts August 1st. However, since both principals are transitioning, we're asking the board to allow him work days between now and August 1st so that he can get the building ready rather than starting kind of behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense.
And I want to just say, and I meant to mention this to Mr. Denny, I apologize, but on Schedule L, we have an employee, we don't see this very often, Margarita Reese-Sator, and she passed away. She was a bus driver, and so I just wanted to bring everyone's attention to that. She was a wonderful human being, and she loved children. She was only with us for 2 years, but I did want to bring that to the board's attention. We don't see Schedule L very often, so.
Thank you very much, Mrs.
Yeah.
Wilson, for bringing that to our attention.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
And our hearts go out
condolences
to
are
her
definitely out to the
family.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Board, are there any other questions or discussion?
That was going to be my discussion with Schedule L.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly. Like, we never had that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention. And
Yeah,
once again,
thank
our
you.
condolences are to the family.
absolutely.
Yes. It's very hard when there's ever a passing, and we are a warrior family here, so our hearts and prayers go out to that family.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
We did, on behalf of the board, the district, send condolences to the family and some
Good.
flowers, as is our customary practice. We just want to make sure that we reached out to them.
Thank you.
Yeah, and saddened, obviously, for the loss.
Thank you,
Perfect.
Superintendent, and we appreciate that as well. All right, Board, seeing no more discussion, Mr. Seymour, can you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman?
Aye.
Ms. Bryant?
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you very much, Board. Let's move on to 8.04, Resolution Verifying Administrative Position. Superintendent Denny, you have the floor.
Thank you again, President Smith. Board, you should have before you a resolution. And just by way of a bit of explanation, this is for the proposed administrator for the Project Success and the alternative programs at the community building. The unanimous decision of the team was to recommend the hiring of Ms. Charlie Owens for that role. But it would be necessary, because of the job description, for an administrative license for her to be able to apply for an alternative licensure, as we've done for some other professionals in our district, in order for her to meet that requirement. So this part of that job is necessary for there to be an administrative license. So this resolution crafts that language that authorizes her to apply to the Department of Education. You essentially have to have what I would describe as a district sponsor, but essentially this empowers her to apply to the Department of Ed for that licensure. And she does have, you can see with the various whereas clauses, the qualifications she has, which lead us to highly suspect that she will qualify for said license. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions when we get to the portion where there's discussion, please feel free to fire away. But the recommended action would be to approve the resolution verifying her in that position as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Denny. Board, a motion is in order.
Mr. President, I'd like to move that we approve the resolution verifying the position as presented.
I second it.
It's been motioned and seconded. Board, is there any discussion?
Just a comment. I think she has to have this job offer before she can apply for the licensure.
That
And
is
that's-
correct, yeah.
okay.
And that's why she's in the personnel schedule
Mhm.
Okay.
before you encounter this resolution in the board agenda even, if that
Gotcha.
makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just-
yeah, I was about to say that.
Good point.
It's a great point, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that clarifies a lot of things, because that was gonna basically, be my comment or question to that point.
Why didn't
Thank
she get it ahead of time?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
thank you,
just
Mr.
have to-
Spillman.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm sure many people may have that same question, so.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Spillman. Mr.
Yes.
Denny, thank you for that information as
Of
well.
course. Yeah,
Board,
thank
is there
you.
any other discussion?
That would've been it.
Wonderful. Seeing none, Mr. Seymour, can you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman,
Aye.
Ms. Bryant,
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton,
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you very much, Board. Let's move on to 8.05, Administrative Salary Schedule and Classified Administrative Salary Schedule. Superintendent Denny, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you again, Mr. Smith. Board, you should have before you 2 attachments for this agenda item. The first is the classified administrative salary schedule that would become effective August
have-
1st,
we have
2025.
another-
Wait, I'm-
We've missed one.
I don't want to interrupt, sorry.
No,
I have
please.
8.05 as another resolution verifying an administrative position.
Did I?
Yeah, if you could refresh your screen, so we can we'll discuss that.
Oh, it's not there anymore?
No, and I realize it got
Okay.
added late,
Oh,
but I will just share with the board.
let me refresh.
About
mine.
10 minutes before the meeting today, the person declined the
Oh.
job offer.
Okay,
So we did go ahead and remove it.
okay.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I should just go ahead and discuss that now, but yeah, we could certainly have any conversation you like about that. If you refresh the screen, that item should be removed. We did decide to remove
I'm
it
not in the
because of
bias.
that.
I'm sorry, I was in
Something.
here earlier today, so that's probably why
Yeah.
it was still showing up.
So I apologize again for the late notice, and then the late
Right.
notice on the late notice. I was commenting to Mr. Spielman, this time of year can be very hectic because we're approaching the July 10th
Mhm.
contract deadline where employees risk
Yeah, thank you, 'cause
contract
I'm still in
disputes
it
if they
too.
change districts. So I appreciate you bringing it up. I
No
wasn't sure
problem.
exactly how to broach the subject,
I'm
but we
sorry
did
for
remove it.
interrupting.
No,
Not at all.
It was on my screen too,
No,
so
yeah,
you're
no,
good.
that's fine. Like I said, I pulled this pretty late, so I think it may have I may have pulled it after.
Oh.
Yeah,
it
because
happened.
it showed up on mine too. I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Cool. So everybody's cool with 8.05?
Administrative salaries effective
Effective
August
August
1st.
Okay, yes, yes.
No, yeah, no worries. No, you good, you good.
I'm sorry, board. It's
No,
No,
just,
you're good.
okay.
You're
No,
good.
thank you for that.
Interesting time.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We know what time it is. It's all good. Thank you.
should-
Summertime.
Thank you,
But
Mrs. Knight.
thank you for the point of order.
Absolutely.
Mr. Denny.
Mr. Denny,
So
go right
noted.
ahead.
Yeah.
Mr. Denny?
Yes.
We should probably make a motion to pull that from the agenda.
Oh,
Yeah, because it
okay,
showed up.
since it was brought up. Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Seymour.
Okay. So point of order, we just need to vote that and motion and second it and then vote it off?
Correct. I don't know
To
what the
remove
language
8.05
is.
from the agenda.
Well, the previous 8.05.
Well, the
I
previous
don't know what
8.05, because the new
It's
8.05
something
is the
different.
If you
administrative
think
salary
we
schedule.
should,
It was removed from the agenda. The issue is if you didn't refresh your screen because this happened so late, you would still see the previous 8.05. Does that make
If
sense?
you hadn't refreshed your cache
okay.
from a technology standpoint.
Okay, never
it's a
mind.
technology glitch.
Did we provide notice to the public, though, that the agenda was changing?
No, I wouldn't have had time.
So then we probably do, just for good of order, I
Yeah,
just
I don't-
imagine.
So then do we need to change, because my 8.05 still says administrative salary schedule. So my 8.05 doesn't say that.
Mine,
that's why I'm a little
mine
confused.
did, and I refreshed my screen and it changed. But I don't know what the language was for
Yeah,
the
so would the
previous.
language be to change 8.05 to, you see what I'm saying?
Just let it go. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
You think
Sorry.
let it go, Randy? Okay. Board, with your consent, we just.
Yeah, that's
move
fine,
forward?
because like I said, I would not know it, because when I pulled it, I never saw that. So
Yeah.
that's why I said, I just want to make sure we're all
It was
okay
just
with
that quickly.
It really was, and again,
No, no apologies. It happened.
we can't ask you to approve someone who decided not to join us.
Sure,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
So,
So
We
board,
removed it.
we're all okay with that?
Yep.
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All right, let's go ahead with 805, being the administrative salary schedule and classified administrative salary schedule. Superintendent, go ahead.
Thank you, Board. So, Board, you should have before you 2 attachments for this particular agenda item, 8.05. The first being the classified administrative salary schedule. which would have an effective date of August 1st, 2025. The second attachment would be certified administrative salary schedule, again, effective the same date, August 1st of this calendar year. Board, the recommendation would be to approve the administrative salary schedule and the classified administrative salary schedule effective the 1st of August, 2025 as presented.
Thank you, Superintendent Denny. Board, a motion is in order.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the classified administrative salary schedule dated August 1st, 2025, and the certified administrative salary schedule also dated August 1st, 2025.
It's been motioned. Can I get a second?
A second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Board, is there any discussion?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just refreshing again, and I think just for point of order, we probably need to do this differently, because 805 says administrative salaries effective August
And
1st.
806 is the other
And
one.
806 says administrative salary and classified schedule, but the two attachments are under 806.
Correct.
Under 805, there's one attachment.
Correct.
See that I don't see. There's a difference. I have two attachments under my 805.
That's why I'm
See, I
saying
only
it
have-
doesn't show correctly under my screen. So I
Mine
feel like
either.
for a point of order, we probably need to correct it to
For
make
eight-
sure that we're.
For 8.05?
8.05
What I'm
just
looking
has
at
one
right
salary
now,
schedule.
yeah, what I'm looking at right now, 805 says administrative salaries,
Mhm.
and there's one attachment underneath.
Correct.
And 806 says
That's two.
administrative salary schedule and classified administrative salary schedule, and there's two attachments under there.
And mine shows the same thing.
And when you refresh,
I just refreshed a second time,
Let me refresh
and
again.
it didn't change.
I'm going to go ahead and refresh too, just to see maybe if I can see what you're seeing, since we're looking, this looks like a technical difficulty.
I just want to make sure that we're in compliance and doing what we're supposed to do.
Mine,
I
even
don't
with
wanna end up-
refreshing, it still says 2.
I mean, I can close
For
all this
806.
and log out and log back in.
I was about to say I understand where you guys are coming from, but I don't have that same mistake, and so that's why I'm just
That's so weird.
yeah. That's why I said it's definitely a technology thing.
Are we on the same server? We're on a different server.
What does yours say, Bill?
I just print it out and I'm good.
Okay.
You and
hold-
Dr. J.
hold,
I
please.
could,
So basically what we just did is we approved 805 and 806 as one 805, when really 805 says one thing or 806 says another.
I think what's happening is 805 used to be that resolution. So when it was deleted, 806 became 805.
Okay.
It'll move up one. So because 806 on my screen is the salary placement, not the salary schedule.
Well, this is.
And it is a single
This says
attachment.
salary schedule for 806 for me.
Yeah, see.
And it just has the certified administrative and it's got the range. But it's not the placement, it's actually the
That's what
range.
mine shows, too.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I
mine is
wonder if
showing
the
something.
wording didn't change, because this one says administrative salary schedule and classified administrative salary schedule, but these aren't really,
6 and 5 got flip-flopped.
yeah, they're not schedules, they're just ranges.
Oh, well, wow.
Yeah,
Completely
exactly. They sure did.
Now I'm with you.
806 was swapped on hers.
I
Mine
refreshed
too.
again and it's different.
Mine is locked. But I'm wondering too, are you going through logging?
And it's
are you
lagging,
logging through
too.
Like, are these two things something we could remove from this agenda and put on July's agenda? Can they wait until then?
No, there'd be payroll difficulties with that.
So basically, we just need to clarify that we've approved the administrative contract salary effective August 1st.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. When I refresh mine, now mine matches yours.
Yeah, the agenda.
It's 805 and 806 appear to be switched.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe we should request from the board to approve the salary schedule first, and then the placement, because the placement is based on the
salary
schedule.
Okay.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I think we just approved both of them, didn't we?
No.
Or did we just
So-
approve
So we
805?
approved
You just
the
voted on the
salary
two
schedule.
schedules.
The two schedules, which is now 806 on our screen.
806.
Okay, gotcha.
So maybe the motion is to, Randy, this is where we might need your thinking. The motion should be to change. well,
805 and
move-
806.
Let's
I'll
table
just-
805.
They
Go
made
to
the-
806,
They made a
approve
motion
806,
to
then come
approve the
back to
salary
805.
schedules. We'll just vote on it and then we'll do the next one.
I was about to say, I think as long as we don't do the administrative salaries, the salaries first, we're good. So if we do the salary ranges, those have to be approved first, then the salaries can be approved. We can't approve the salaries before the ranges. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I don't want to interject anything, but the salary schedules were only adjusted for titles that Mr. Denny requested to have placed on there. It has no impact on the salary you're going to approve.
so,
Right now, you have on the floor a motion by Mr. Spielman, seconded by Mrs. Bryant, to approve the administrative salary schedule and the classified administrative salary schedule.
so does it matter if it's 8:05 or 8:06?
I will just change the minutes to reflect your action.
Okay, and then next we'll do the,
8:05.
is everybody okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's been motioned, it's been seconded.
This is our discussion.
This is our discussion.
For the salary schedule.
For the, yes, for the salary schedule. Yes. So is everybody cool with the salary schedule?
Yes.
We ready to vote on it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, let's go ahead and call the vote.
Mr. Spielman,
Aye.
Ms. Bryant,
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton,
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye. That's been voted on unanimously. Thank you very much, board. Now, let us move to the administrative salaries effective August 1st, 2025. Superintendent Denny, you have the floor.
Thank you, President Smith. So, board, for this agenda item, which is administrative salaries effective August 1st, this is the placement on those schedules. You should have before you an attachment entitled Administrative Salaries Effective 8/1/25. And board, the recommended action would be to approve these administrative salaries and their placements effective August 1st as presented.
Thank you, Superintendent Denny. Board, a motion is in order.
I'll make a motion to approve the administrative salaries effective August 1st, 2025 as presented.
And I'll second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Board, is there any discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Seymour, can you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman,
Aye.
Ms. Bryant,
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton,
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you very much, board. Now let's move on to what should be everybody's 8.07, list of schools declared impractical to provide pupil transportation and resolution. Mr. Denny, you have the floor.
Thank you again, Mr. Smith. Board, this item is typical for this time of year. You should have before you an attachment that basically gives the language for a resolution. And Mr. Day is here to help explain a bit more and present. Because this is not a report, but rather a recommendation, we'll go ahead and maybe get the motion out, and then we can entertain questions, and he can provide some additional information. It's a little bit of a change on how we've done it in the past, but the timing is the same. And he can provide a little more context to the board for this. So board, the recommended action would be to approve the list of schools declared impractical to provide pupil transport for the 25-26 school year via this resolution in this language as presented.
Thank you, Superintendent Denny. Board, a motion is in order.
I'll make a motion to approve the list of schools declared impractical to provide pupil transportation and resolution as presented.
Get a second?
I'll second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Board, is there any discussion?
Do we have the list? Because the list is just a resolution.
No, it's
the same
so-
list that we approved.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
I just want to make sure nothing had changed. I'm like, I remember the list. I know we have
The
it.
way as it was explained to me is now we have to do this resolution first, and
Yes.
then we have to make the list by names of people,
Kids,
of kids
yes.
who,
Yeah.
and
Would
not
go
just
to those
schools.
schools. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's
Gotcha.
become a
Because before it was list of schools. So
Correct.
we just have the list
Correct.
of schools and we just da-da-da-da-da-da.
Correct.
But now it has to be list of
Child specific.
children specifically who are.
And
the
that'll
school.
come next month.
That's
So it's
right.
almost a two-step process now, where we used to do all the
Just the list
impractical
of schools,
declaration in
yes.
one
Mhm.
step.
I remember that.
Yep. So
Mr. Day, do
that-
you have any
yeah, that's the
context
only
you could
change.
provide just to help clarify anything?
Yeah, and we typically just ask you to pass the resolution for for the list of schools. Now there actually is this resolution, which we have on the books now. And then the list of actual names, we need to actually post that to board docs, but it'll be on the administrative guidelines, so it's not public view.
It'll be administrative content. You can
Yes.
only see it just to protect students' privacy if you log in.
This is all from guidance from the Transportation Services handbook for this year. Came out in February of '25, so we're just trying to stay compliant with that.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Day.
Board, any more discussion?
No.
Thank you so much. Mr. Seymour, can you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman,
Aye.
Ms. Bryant,
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton,
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you very much, Board. Let's move on to 8.08, Future Central Office Parking Lot and Drive Bid Award. Superintendent Denny, you have the floor.
Thank you again, Mr. Smith, and thank you, Board, for the consideration of these items as well. You should have before you a bid tabulation as well as a letter of recommendation. And again, Mr. Day is here to provide context, or if you have any questions, he can certainly help answer those. But the recommended action would be to approve the Future Central Office Parking Lot and Driveway bid as presented. And you have the bid tabulation showing the lowest, most responsible bid. You also have the letter of recommendation from the architect after vetting that contractor that they believe that vendor is capable of completing that work in a quality manner.
Thank you, Superintendent Denny. Board, a motion is in order.
Mr. President, I'd like to approve the future central office parking lot and drive bid award as presented.
It's been motioned. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Board, is there any discussion?
Yeah, just a question. Is the permit approved by the city to do this?
We are in
Yeah.
process right now. Actually, I was talking to Forest Park today. It's almost a two-step process. We met with the city early on before the process. We have put in for the permitting, going on about 2 months now for the permitting. There's a part of the permitting, though, that will require the contractor for the stormwater. So that's going to come after the fact. We're just about there for the main building permit. That should be imminent here soon.
Does the contractor have to pick it up, or can we?
The permit, typically, it'll come to me and we can get it to the contractor.
And there's still no requirements for anything underground?
No.
Great.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're letting everything spill off the parking lot.
I didn't know if
Yeah.
in the process that had come up again.
No.
But it has not. So.
No, that was actually part of the initial conversations, and I'm glad Ms. McKenzie from SHP went the route she did, as far as meeting with them ahead of time, well ahead of time, and we got that out of the way right in the beginning.
Sometimes minds get changed, though, and it's good that it hasn't come back up again.
It has not come back up again.
Thank you.
All right. Any more discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Seymour, can you call for the vote?
Mr. Spielman,
Aye.
Ms. Bryant,
Aye.
Mrs. Knighton,
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye. That vote passes unanimously. Thank you very much, Board. Moving on to the legislative report. Dr. Johnson has sent that legislative report in her absence. It is attached to board docs for your viewing pleasure, Board. There was nothing specifically that she had noted, so I would just kind of review that and probably reach out to Dr. Johnson, and we're sending our prayers to her as she's not feeling well today. As one of our board members, we send our prayers and thoughts out to her in her absence, but she did attach her report per usual.
I think
Next.
it's 33 pages.
Right, and it's 33 pages.
Of easy reading. I would say thank you, Dr. Johnson, for attaching this, and there's so much going on, and we appreciate all of the updates. So for the public, please read it, look at it, vote November 4th, because we have some things that we want the public to know about and vote on, so.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Bryant. Next is 9.02, the Great Oaks Report, and that was sent by our representative, former board member Jeff Birdie. The Spotlight on Students report includes one Winton student at Live Oaks who was recognized for a 4.0 GPA, and that is Olivia Coffey. Olivia Coffey for her 2024-2025 4.0 GPA and Dean's List. So we say congratulations to her for absolutely representing the Warrior Nation at the Live Oak. So once again, congratulations, Olivia Coffey, on her 4.0 GPA and Dean's List accomplishment. And we also, once again, would like to thank Mr. Birdie for continuing to serve in his capacity on the Great Oaks Board. Moving on in the agenda, board motions and recommendations. Any? Seeing none. Comments from members of the board. We'll start with you, Mr. Seymour.
No, thank you.
Wonderful. Mr. Spillman?
I have none tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Spillman.
Enjoy your summer.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Enjoy the summer. Mrs. Bryan.
I just want to wish everyone happy summer. Please be safe. Please make sure you're staying hydrated with the weather, and knocking that we don't get any of those little flying creatures that everyone's talking about up north. We don't want those. safe and looking forward to seeing everyone back in the building again in August. Have a safe Warrior Summer.
Thank you, Ms. Bryant. Mrs. Knight.
Happy summer.
Absolutely. Happy summer. Miss Superintendent Denny.
Thanks, Mr. Smith. I would just echo Ms. Bryant's comments and wishing everyone a happy, safe summer. Can't wait to see everybody back for the start of school.
Yes.
Absolutely. Me as well. Once again, we look forward to seeing all our Warriors once we go school time. But in the meantime, enjoy your summertime. With that being said, let's move on to 11.01. I now call this meeting of the Winton City School Board of Education adjourned. Thank you to Waycross for being here today. Thank you for all those in attendance. And this meeting is adjourned.
Okay.